Y'all know what time it is. Tonight I would have been on time.
Not that late, I mean.
It's hard for me to plan anything because shit always happens.
Allegedly with Brittney J. Let us get into it. Allegedly with Brittney J. Truth coming through, better clear the way. Okay, I've lied about falling asleep before. Sue me. So Britt lied again. No, Brittney didn't lie about shit. Cases, headlines, trials, I don't know. What do you guys think? She keep it classy, you can plainly see.
What do you
Like
call
hot sauce. Kendall was 3. Kendall was 3 years old when I had Talon, right?
vaginal discharge?
Clam trails, snail trails. There you go.
As long as you please my phone. That's as safe as my dick.
Allegedly with Brittney J. Prayers going up every single day. Please say a prayer for Katie. Her friend passed away last night. Mom of 6 with a heart so strong. Real one here, you cannot go wrong. She do not got a spring. And it's my Discord. But guess what? They're grown-ups. I'm not going to sit there and get in the middle of 2 people that I'm friends with. Grown-ups should be able to handle their own shit. I've said that since day one. She do not gotta fight. Fuck you, Angela. I don't got nothing to say to you, bitch. You've been stirring shit for fucking days. She let the facts talk loud. Every move she makes, from the missing in the trials to the news that breaks, she bring truth to the table. Yeah, that is her lane. She lets people talk. Don't come back in my chat. Go away. If you don't like it, then don't watch. That's opinions, right? I get these petty betties that want to come flood my chat because they don't like what I'm saying. She talks about me like she knows me. She don't know me. Don't talk on me. You don't know nothing about me. Open to the what ifs from the other side. I think they really believe that they're entitled to know that. And I'm like, that makes me not want to tell y'all more.
Stop worrying about what she's having.
Lord have mercy.
Why do
Good
you
night.
worry about what?
Why am I y'all's entertainment?
Is it barbecue or
Y'all want to? Do you want to know how many times I burped today when I took a shower? You want to know? How many times I farted? Like. Speculation cool when the respect stay true. She gives room for thought. Lets the audience view. When the lies start flying and the trolls get bold, she do not fold up and she do not get cold. Why does it matter? She respond with class, let the record be known.
Apparently you can't get enough though. Addiction to my dick.
You can keep that circus, she is staying ground. She got family at home and the purpose in sight. Still showing up strong when the days get tight. It's hard for me to plan anything because shit always happens. Sister has 2 older ones already. So her... If you like what we do here, you appreciate it. Oh goodness, scat that cough. She praying for the people when they need that love, trying to better herself while she looking above. So tune in close, let the real ones stay. It is allegedly with Brittney J. Allegedly with Brittney J. Truth coming through, better clear the way. Where the fuck did you get that I opt out of a sonogram?
Oh, yo, everybody. Welcome to Breaking Chains. I had to stop it a little early because there's just too much goodness going on in the chat. First of all, Music City Mom, I want to know how you are. Clearly feeling so good that you did 5 gifted Breaking Chains memberships. Thank you so much. And Missy Lou, also with 5 gifted Breaking Chains memberships, and you've been a member for 4 months. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, so I do have a really, really, really big shoe for you today. Just to prove it, I'm going to show you. Somebody else told me that you're going to have a really, really big shoe.
Really big shoe. Really big.
Like I said, really big, really big. It's so good to see you all. Rocky Leone with a 6-month membership. Thank you so much. I have a lot to show you today. We have a lot to get through. Okay, so strap in. We're gonna do a few different things here. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody. Thank you for being here. So what I'm aiming to do is translate all the things that Brittney has said about her birth story and show you through her lies, cover-ups, and embellishments, otherwise known as sympathy maxing, what I believe happened with her birth and where I believe her baby has been. And I'm going to give a very good and I believe rational argument as to why. Summertime. Summer Girl Mama. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh my goodness. I'm going to play Jake's mom for you. Just kidding. Your prize for that is not playing Jake's mom. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Rock Climber, and everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're also going to talk about her miraculous 9-day St. Law's breaking chains maxin. You breaking the maxin? And nope, not going to play Jake's mom. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint anybody who really wanted Jake's mom, but I couldn't play Jake's mom. I couldn't do that to my audience. All right. So the other, you can block me. If I do play Jake's mom, I won't do clapping or gongs. I promise that in this stream, I will not do clapping or gongs. And if I do, it's okay if you call me a bad name in chat. How about that? All right. I won't freak out about that. I'll think you deserve to do that to me. And yes, please remember to hit the thumbs up. The thumbs up. So I'm also going to show her miraculous 9-day postpartum transformation from meek little innocent kitty cat to King Kong. Oh, so we're going to show that as well. But first, I have some breaking news. I will deserve to be put in the corner and left and said bad names about if I play another gong or if I play clapping or anything like that, if I slip or something like that. But is it okay if I play this?
Let's give them something to talk about.
Or this?
If you want me to fucking
are those gonna cause you to leave me? Yes. Oh, you're reminding me, Mary Poppins. I do have some breaking news. I have breaking chains as breaking news again, once more. Because I don't know if you know, but I guess Brittney was supposed to be the one singing her new intro song that I just played for you, but slightly altered in a parody style. So apparently, I didn't know this until recently. She was supposed to actually be the one singing in that song. And I have the secretly leaked exclusive audio of Brittney's turning in her voice sample to her mod to make that into a video. And I'm going to play it for you right now. I think after I play this, you will understand why Mandy went with a different voice in the new intro. So one moment, please. I will grab this for you. This is breaking news. Breaking news. One moment, please. All right, here we go. Gonna add it to this. Here we are. All right. Here's the exclusively, totally authentic, leaked audio of BJ singing her intro. Hello, everybody. Hello, people coming in. Okay, Mandy, here's my recording. So just make this sound as good as you can. And just remember, bear with me. I am extremely pregnant and I'm tired and I'm sick and I got 6 kids to take care of. So if this doesn't sound great, just, do whatever you want to do with it. I won't be offended if you don't use this. Okay, here we go. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, you know what time it is. Allegedly with Brittney J. Let's get into it. Allegedly with Brittney J. To come in. Better clean the way. Cases, headlines, trials. But she keep it classy. You can plainly see. Allegedly with Brittney J. Praise going up every single day. Mom of 6 with a heart so strong. Real one here. You cannot go wrong. She do not got to scream. She do not got to fight. She let the facts talk loud every time, every move she make. From the missing and the trials to the news that break. She bring the truth to the table. Yeah, that's her lane. So she lets people talk, lets opinion ride. Open to the what? Yes, from the other side. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Just a minute. Okay, where was I? All right. Open to the what? Yes, from the other side. Speculation cool when the respect stay true. She gives room for thought. Let the audience view. Yeah! When the lines start flying, the trolls hit bold. She do not fold up and she do not get cold. She responds with class. Let the record be known. You can keep that circuit. She's a staying grown. She got that me at home and a purpose inside. Still showing up strong when the days get tight. Yeah, girl, you know how tight my days are. Okay, here we go. Sorry, just a minute. Hold, please. I gotta turn on the light for my child. Just a minute. Sorry, I know this is a really bad recording, but you can do something with it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was still recording. Okay, here we go. Is she praying for the people when they need love? Trying to better herself? Like, while she looking above, so tune in close. This is my favorite part. Let the real one stay. It's allegedly with Brittney J. Hey. Allegedly with Brittney J. She coming through back, clean the way. Cases, headlines, trials too, but she keep it classy. You can plainly see. Allegedly with Brittney J. Pray is gonna single day. Mom of 6 with a heart so strong. Real one here, you cannot go wrong. Prayers up. Prayers up. Apparently, we got people that like to zoom in. All right. That was me. Sorry, I know. I just had to do it. And I would like to address Studson's comment here. One moment, please. Let me grab this comment because it's a fair question and I'm going to address it. Where is it? Sorry, I'm scrolling up. Here it is. I know y'all can't stand the girl, but if you see that image of her the other day and still go in hard, got it. Do you? It's played out. I love everyone, so keep your hate. Okay. I don't hate you for saying that, but here's what I'm going to say to you. You can look on my channel and you will see that this is the first time I'm going live or making any video about Brittney postpartum. And you know why? You know why I did that? I decided to do that. I was inspired to do that because she fucking went live doing true crime on a day where she missed court, went live instead of going to court, right? And instead of doing the drama that she had been doing for the previous 4 or 5 days before that, she fucking hid behind true crime. She used true crime as her safe space. True crime and true crime victims are not a fucking safe space for you to hide behind when you show up lying. When you are caught going live when you're supposed to be in court and you're what was the name of your true crime live? It was about how Corey Richin was scoffing and showing contempt to the court during sentencing, while you are sitting there showing contempt to true crime by not showing up to your own fucking court date and then going live in the middle of it and then going live later and not addressing it at all as if it didn't happen, even though you overshare about every other fucking thing that you think will get you sympathy. Fuck you. True crime victims and their tragedies are not your safe space. Okay? It's also not your place to have a fucking watch party and then fall asleep every night and then also expect us not to wonder what the fuck is going on with you because you've been falling asleep for at least a year and a half. Now, I'm going to also address what she looked like from one day to the next, from yesterday to today. Yesterday, she comes on looking like this, right? And it concerns people. All right. Some people called it a cry for help. Other people called it on purpose. Well, I'm going to tell you what I believe right now. I believe it was on purpose. I believe she wanted sympathy. I believe she wanted everything that she ended up getting so that she could show up today in a much better mood and looking better. So today she shows up like this, looking better in a much better mood, claiming that the major difference here was her lighting. Well, she has control over the lighting, but also, does that look like somebody who's happy or healthy? Do you think that it's just the lighting that made her look sickly to us? How about the sheer anger or self-pity in her face? Huh? So you mean to tell me that you know when to turn on the light and you know when not to have the light on and you think you actually look different? No, you just came back today in a better mood and with a better filter. Right? So this is the kind of shit that when somebody uses true crime as their safe space or their virtue signal and then lies to people about her own world after oversharing it, I'm going to start calling her both ways Brittney. Both ways Brittney. She wants it both ways. She wants to come out here and elicit sympathy from people by oversharing her information, lying in her oversharing and getting caught lying because she overshares so much and says so many different things. And I'm going to show you that. Okay. And then getting freaked out or defensive when when people call her out. Well, no, it's just drama to her. It's just drama. And when the drama she creates backfires on her, that's when she goes into pity mode. That's when she goes into heavy sympathy mode. Okay. So today she talks about how she didn't show up to court because she had an emergency C-section, but you could go live. Okay. She forgot. She essentially basically said she forgot about it. Oh, I forgot. I thought it was one day. Sorry, but that's not a good excuse. If you had been an adult and tracked the date and knew that your immediate emergency C-section happened, then you contact the court and ask for a continuance like they actually gave you. So I'm not believing any, it's really hard to believe your shit. So those are the things that I wanted to address up front. There's another thing I want to address too up front, and that is, there was a whole discussion about, did Craig say subutex or I'm trying to text you, right? I'm willing to believe that he did not say subutex, that he said, I'm trying to text you. Where's your phone? I'm trying to text you. But do they think that that's actually a better explanation? Do they not realize that there's a problem with that too? I'm sorry. So you have a newborn fucking baby. You're saying that you're leaving that baby upstairs or in another room with your partner, husband, whatever you call him, right? And you aren't answering your phone. You aren't picking up his texts. You're not paying attention. You pay attention to when everybody else texts you. When somebody texts you some link to something that says something bad about you and you can make drama about, right? But you don't pick it up when Craig is texting you with your newborn baby in the other room. Fuck off. If you believe that, I have a brand new kind of crypto to sell you that will guarantee 500% returns. Okay. So I've been going on and on. I've been rambling here. I'm sorry if I've missed anything super important in chat, but those are the things I had to go off on there. Now let's get in. Let me just check, see if I'm missing anything else I wanted to say. Okay, so what we're going to do next is break down the lies, the cover-ups, and the sympathy maxing, or, embellishments, basically. So let me pull this up. One moment, please. All right. So I did not pull, I was going to originally make another clip reel about this. But in all honesty, there was so fucking much that I decided to summarize it. And I have all the proof of what I'm saying here. Okay. And I also didn't want you to suffer through her talking about her birth story again, because a lot of you in chat have probably heard it. But if you haven't, and you don't believe something that I'm saying here, feel free to challenge me. I'm okay with being challenged. I like debate as long as it doesn't get personal and ugly. I'm okay with people who, disagree with me. Also, if I've missed anything or I copied anything wrong here, feel free to let me know. But we're going to walk through this, okay? So I think probably most of you have come to the same conclusion as I have, based on your own knowledge and information, which is basically that she has described a normal birth for someone who did not get or follow doctor's orders for prenatal care. Okay. That it is and I'm going to walk you through that and explain that to you. Right. So, but the thing is that the reason she comes on and lies about it is because she needs sympathy from subscribers. But to get sympathy or to get more sympathy, she can't admit her role in the emergency C-section. So she has to cover certain things up so that you don't feel sorry for her. So you feel sorry for her, and she embellishes things so you feel sorry for her. And yes, ultimately, that's the only thing she's doing here is being here for money. That's it. That's all, right? And I believe that, in all honesty, she actually probably almost did die based on my research and what she has said. I think it's actually right that she actually almost did die. But guess what? You know what happens when a pregnant mother almost dies? So does that infant. That infant almost dies, right? But has she talked about that? No, she's covered up the health of her infant. She says her infant is just totally and completely healthy, right? Everything's fine. She's home. She's completely healthy. But she can come on here looking like this and say, I'm severely anemic and I have to get transfusions. Well, wait a minute. If you are severely anemic and you're getting transfusions, then so is your child. But you don't talk about that, right? Because you got to cover it up. You got to cover up her real health. I did hear that. I don't remember the exact phrase, but yes, that's right. Today, she said, when they put the medicine in her bottle, oh, wait, I mean the calories in her bottle, right? Is that what you mean? Right. The baby's medicine instead of formula. Yeah. KNS, thank you so very much for the 20 gifted breaking members today for continuing to help me break these chains. And there are a lot of chains to break here. Okay. Now I know Brittney's not going to break these chains, even though it was actually funny the other day. She said, oh, you mean breaking chains? And she was talking about people separating from people not being friends with people anymore. And she's like, oh, you are breaking those chains, huh? Interesting. No, that's not the kind of chains I'm talking about. I'm talking the chains of thought, your worldview that has to radically change into a different perspective. All right. Unless you don't want to be criticized anymore by the likes of me. All right. But she is a very, very good and sometimes entertaining example of intense and extreme tragedy pimping. And that's what I go after. And those are the examples I use to break chains. Okay. That's what I do here. So let's review her story. Okay. And now the red in these notes, you can read along if you want, or you don't have to, but what she said is in black and my comments are in red. All right. So she said that at 5:30, she woke up with an urgent need to clean and started cleaning and then started to feel contractions. Not small, not big, just medium. So the cover up here is, and then all of a sudden, there's some sort of interaction with a doctor. Either she called the doctor or she was already at the doctor. There's two different stories, and we're going to get into that, right? That's true. She did know she was anemic before she got pregnant. Yep, she did. So it's actually even worse that she didn't get prenatal care, and that's what she's covering up. That is the main thing. That's the main thing she's covering up, is her lack of prenatal care got her into this situation. And she is embellishing on the preeclampsia, but downplaying the anemia in terms of the baby, right? So she gets to present herself on here as all sick and sickly. But if Brittney looks like this, what do you think the baby looks like? A newborn baby who possibly had other substances in her. Everything you do as a pregnant woman, your baby experiences as well, especially in the last term, right? So what do you think the baby's looking like? Oh, but we don't talk about that. Can't talk about that. All right. So she never, in all of her discussions of how she got to the hospital, she never talks about how she was transported to the hospital. Why? I mean, I don't care how she got to the hospital, but why? Why don't you talk about how you got to the hospital? That's interesting, right? Then she says that at the hospital, they did 3 ultrasounds and found that the baby was in transverse position, received 6 and she received 6 blood transfusions and 6 bags of blood. Those are the things she said, right? So the embellishment here is that 6 bags and 6 transfusions are not the same. It is more likely, and she probably just misspoke there, or she was intentionally embellishing. Yeah, exactly. All of her health problems, right? That's a fact, like respiratory issues. All of her health problems go right to the baby. So 6 transfusions is not 6 bags. All right. She probably got 1 transfusion with 6 bags. Okay, fine. But guess what? That is severe. That's extreme. You had to have 6 bags of blood. I looked it up. That is actually severe. That is near death for a pregnant woman. And also who? The baby. Right? So then she covers up when the transfusion happened. When did this transfusion happen? At what point? She wants to talk about these transfusions, but not when they actually happened, because she can't really tell the full story, the full and complete story of going from her house to the hospital to labor coming and the baby coming. Okay. We'll talk more about that, and then I'll tell you why I think that was. So another cover-up is 3 ultrasounds. That is also abnormal, you guys. I do believe she had a baby. I definitely do believe she had a baby. Granny says, this reminds me of the root canal tooth pull turned into filling. Oh, I didn't know about that one. That's the type of shit she does. All that, yes, and it all went so quickly that no one could get there on time for the delivery. But from my understanding, she started labor at 5:30 and had the baby at 2:30. So how many hours is that? And nobody had time to get to the hospital? Nobody had time to get to the hospital in that long a period of time, but it all went so quickly? Well, maybe she's saying that it went quickly from trying to give a vaginal birth to doing an emergency C-section. That's possible. It could be that's possible, but they certainly had time to get to the place while she was waiting, in that in-between time from 7 o'clock ostensibly when she said she might have got to the hospital to 2:30, right? So let's keep going with this. Are you guys able to see this? It kind of looks a little small. Let me know if I need to make it bigger in some way, shape, or form. So it's abnormal to have 3 ultrasounds. And she says it's because of the transverse position that they couldn't find the heartbeat or that it was low. I'm sorry, no. It doesn't take that many ultrasounds to figure out where a baby is. It takes that many ultrasounds to check to make sure the baby is still alive. And that's probably because the baby was in distress because of her many health issues, preeclampsia, severe anemia with no prenatal care, and whatever else is causing her to fucking nod off every night. Huh? Whatever that is. Whether it's something she's taken or something else that is going on, right? So then she says that she was first given the epidural when she was dilated to 4, and then went from 15 minutes apart to at dilated at 4 at 5:30 a.m. to 15 seconds apart at with a 6 dilation at 7 a.m. Fucking possible, unless it's not PowerPoint. It's a doc, but same difference. Autumn. This was the best way for me to just tell this story in a straightforward way. It would have been a lot harder to do in a video, but I am going to show you a video in a minute after we get through this. So, so the cover up here is that she keeps blaming the emergency C-section on the preeclampsia and the transverse position. But more likely it was the baby was in distress from anemia, preeclampsia, and whatever. Right? And then she says also that, yeah, I heard that I didn't hear her say she ovulated while in labor, and I didn't actually hear that to clip it, so I didn't hear it myself, but I believe that she said something stupid like that. Anyway, so then she also says that she felt like death when they made her walk from the OR to her hospital room. That is a fucking outright lie. No hospital would risk making a severely anemic preeclamptic woman walk from one room to another just after birth. Right? So it's probably true that she had to walk at some point. They made her get up and walk, but not from one OR room, not the OR to her actual hospital room. No. So, but why? Why would she lie about that? Oh, just to add more of the, where can I talk about I had pain? I had to, right, when I was walking and they made me walk right from the OR to to my room. Bullshit. So there are some other things she said here. She said that she could feel after the first epidural, so she had to have a second one. To me, that's believable. After the second epidural, she could still feel cold medicine on her stomach and her legs tingling. So she told the nurse, I can feel. And she said, I'm not taking any chances, and put a mask over me. And then she woke up in recovery and got no skin to skin experience with the baby. Right? So, but in subsequent lives, she has said, it was an emergency. It was an emergency because there was so many different complications and all that type of stuff. No, it was actually, you ended up with no people going in your room and it being so quick because you said you could feel, and they said they don't want you to feel, and they didn't want to take any chances. But you embellished that too. It was so critical they kicked everybody out, all the people that had plenty of time to get there, right? So then she says she was in the hospital for 5 days with a liquid diet the whole time on mistake, but ate Taco Bell and DoorDash with money from Diana. I mean, that was just I just made that weird note. Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about that to know why she would have to go on a liquid diet or what that might have to do with anything. But then she says she went home with 2 bracelets, one for the one that says just gave birth and the other one for her name. I'm sorry. This is part of the cover up. Okay. Because why on earth, why would they put a completely different bracelet on somebody just to say your name? Why would they do that? No, I'm sure that your name was on the same bracelet that said you just had a baby. So that doesn't explain the other bracelets. The one for your name? I'm sorry. No, the other one, I believe, is for access to the NICU. I'm not going to, you don't have to go after me for that opinion. It's a pretty well-informed opinion because my baby was in the NICU. I had to take him back a week after birth because my boobs weren't working. Okay. So I had to take him a week after birth, put him in there, and I had to wear a bracelet along with him. And she continues wearing it. Right. Okay. So then after going home, she says she has to go back for more transfusions. And she says that she was anemic because she was so sick before the pregnancy. No, because you were already anemic and you didn't follow prenatal care advice. You didn't seek prenatal care or you didn't follow prenatal care. And that's on you. So no sympathy is owed to this person. Okay. I don't owe her any more sympathy than I would any other pregnant woman who just had a baby. Okay. Why should I have to give her more sympathy, especially when she's put herself in this fucking position? And then she comes on here and doesn't show up for court and goes live and blames it on her baby and hides behind true crime. You will continue to hear from me as long as you use true crime as your safe space. Yeah, and that's right. She did only speak about one bracelet. And then when she said she changes it changes it all the time. So that was me kind of going through her birth story, the before, the during, and the after. But now let me just bring to a more clear point where I believe she lied and where I believe the cover-ups are and what she is covering up. Okay. So she's lying about how labor started or she's covering up. Okay. She either had an OB appointment like she told Ivy League, because Ivy League, and I'm going to show you that comment in a minute. Ivy League came out and said, "Oh, well, no, you were at your OB appointment because you were getting prenatal care." She was trying to cover up your lack of prenatal care. She said the way you got prenatal care, or way to prove that you got prenatal care, was that you were at the OB for prenatal care when they sent her to the hospital. But that must be a lie, because there's another story that Brittney said where she was at home. She started contractions. She called the doctor and she went to the hospital. So I think she lied to Ivy League, or Ivy League's lying for her. And we don't know how she fucking got to the hospital. Is it possible, you guys, that she fainted, that she collapsed, and they had to call 911? It's possible. That's possible, because we don't know. Now, the other thing she is lying about is why no family was in birth. She says no one was there because no one had the time to make it to the hospital. Nobody got to see her be born because of how dangerous everything was. Everything went south fast. But she went to the hospital at around 7 a.m. and had the baby at 2:30, according to her. Okay, I'll Google it, Kenna. Right? So what was going on from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. that roughly 8 hours that they couldn't get to the hospital in time to see the baby being born? But it was just so critical. Everything was so urgent. No, you just could feel things, so they put you under. But also, maybe they couldn't make it to the hospital because you were rushed there. And I don't know. But she also says that she was put under because she could feel after the second epidural. But she says it was because everything was so critical. So one of these is a lie. And either way, I feel that she was definitely put under, and it's normal to keep people out when a person is put under. And that's why there was nobody in the room, but she had to embellish that and make it all critical, right? And especially when someone is severely preeclamptic and anemic, if they put you under, they're going to throw you out of the hospital room. Now, I want to tell you guys, I'm speaking from experience. My first birth experience was almost identical to her. Almost identical, except I did not go under. Okay? I didn't go under. But also was not anemic, and I didn't have to have blood transfusions. And you know why? Because I got prenatal care and I was taking prenatal vitamins. I think it's funny that she keeps saying that, Sandwich, and in my clip reel that I'm going to be playing in a minute, you're going to hear her say that many times. But how can she promise that we're not going to hear her baby when she falls asleep and isn't in control of the sound? She says she's in complete control of the sound. There's no way anybody will hear her baby. We've been hearing her kids since she came back. Not as much, I'll grant you that. But they've come in when she's what? Asleep. So is it going to be any different? Do we really believe that she's not going to fall asleep and we're not going to hear the baby when the fuck it is coming home? Yeah, I believe we're going to hear it. And that's why I've saved those clips of her saying, you're not going to hear my baby, because as soon as we hear her baby, I'm going to play that reel for her. I don't think I'll play her baby, but I'm going to play that reel for her and remind her how many times she said, we're not going to hear my baby. And the reason we hear her baby probably is because she's fucking asleep. Is that okay? Is that okay with all you guys? That we would hear her baby after she demands that we're not going to hear her baby? That we end up hearing her baby when she's asleep? That's what happens with her kids. That's what happens when Craig comes in the room and has to wake her up. And then they say things to each other because her mic is still on. And it can be confused with subutex. You know, another reason why people would, like, if you didn't show up here looking like a drug addict, acting like a drug addict every single night, you seem nice. Thank you for your opinion. Just keep being respectful in chat and I won't block you. So anyway, you know, I think it really bothers me that you came in here and told me I'm an imposter, and now I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now because you called me an imposter and I lost my train of thought. Kick rocks! Kick rocks! Don't come in here saying, oh yeah, actually, you know what? There are 2 channels still in existence where you could see me. In fact, here's one, because you want to be able to insult me. Okay, I'll let you insult me. Oh, I took it off of here. Oh, here's me. There's a really nice thumbnail that Lana put together when she tragedy pimped my child essay story. Debris everywhere, uncovering the unhinged. That's me right there. And there's 2 full channels with me practically going on cam every single day. But I don't really go after people's looks, okay? I go after people's behaviors, okay? And that's what I'm going after here. I'm going after her tragedy fucking pimping behavior. She is not only she's the worst kind of tragedy pimp. The worst kind of tragedy pimp, because she turns true crime cases. She like takes audiences through the journey of a true crime case only to get their sympathy for her. I'm sorry. I call that out. Aw, thank you, Music City Mom. You're so sweet. You know, I think everybody's entitled to their opinion of whether she had a baby or not. I do believe she had a baby. I really do. Thank you, Petty. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. Gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that 20 gifted memberships. I guess I'll just say this.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Wow. Welcome to the new people. And welcome to and thank you, everybody. Let me see, make sure I haven't missed any others. I don't think so. Okay. All right. So we're almost through the breakdown of the baby story. Okay. But she's lying about the reason. I don't know what the real reason is, but I can surmise. Okay. So then I believe she's lying about where the baby is. Okay. And I just went through an entire litany of reasons why I believe we will hear the baby when it's back home. And we have not heard that baby. Oh, and I just remembered something else I was going to say. You, of course, somebody who comes on live practically every night and nods out midstream, we're going to wonder if somebody said subutex in the background when it sounds like I'm not tall. I'm 5'6". I'm average height. So if he would have just went back there and said, oh, text phone, where's your phone so I can text you, and you didn't come on here practically every fucking night high, sounding like you have marbles in your mouth, then nobody would have questioned that. Nobody. And the fact that you keep lying about why and you're in some sort of denial. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my word. Are you stalking me, Petty? You are such a stalker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe that is very, very generous. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So let's keep going on this. All right. So we haven't heard the baby. We have heard the kids. And when have we heard the kids? When she fucking fell asleep. And you're going to hear in this reel that I play you, where she says, you're not going to hear my kids. You're not going to hear any of my kids. You're not going to hear any of my kids. Because you know why? Because it's called protection. Wait a minute. So you protect your kids, but the other night we heard your kid coming in? No, doesn't work that way. To all the new members, I just want to let you know something. I promised no gongs. I promised no gongs. Okay, so I was about to hit the gong button. I just want to make sure that you know that.
Dead air freaks me out.
Yep. Dead air freaks us out. Dead air freaks us out. So, and Kimmy Cash has been a member for 11 months. Thank you very much. So, then also, she tells this lie during in the postpartum period. In the postpartum period, she lies on stream. So one of the many nights that she has fallen asleep through 90% of the stream, and reality is trying to cover for her, and S-Dubs is trying to cover for her. Okay. And one of those is a true crime when she's trying to do true crime. But on one of those nights in the middle of major dead air, she says, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go check on the baby. And then she leaves for a long time, dead air for all kinds of time, dead air. And then, S-Dubs and reality are up there talking. Then she comes back and says, oh, baby's asleep. Everything's fine. She passes out again. And they're like, You guys, she's checking on the baby. Stop coming in here and saying, where is the baby? And she's checking on the baby. She's not asleep. And then Brittney literally never comes back. So she had already said that the baby was back asleep, and then she disappears after saying the baby's asleep, never comes back. And to reality and S-dubs, that's everything, that's totally normal. And reality even said, we expect it. And oh my God. Oh my God. You're starting a train. You're starting a train, Petty. How dare you? You're ganging up on me with the gifted memberships. It's wrong. It's just wrong.
My chat now.
My chat now. Come on. Everybody need to get my chat. Thank you, you guys. It doesn't mean a lot to me. I love connecting with you guys. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. I love that point. If you can see the baby on the monitor, why would you have to go check? Why all of this, right? Okay, so there's that lie. We already talked about the subutex, right? But one thing she said about the subutex is that it was the subutex discussion that caused the cops to be called, when she knows full well that the cops were called well before anybody was speculating about subutex. But no, she has to sympathy max. That's sympathy maxing. Okay, sympathy maxing. Am I too loud for you? Sometimes when I get, animated, I get a little loud. I'm not trying to shout at you. Let me know if I'm loud. All right. So she has to sympathy max it and say that it was because we thought they might have said subutex that the cops were called after that. No, that's not how it happened. Okay. Thank you. I'm just making sure. I know sometimes my voice does get loud. Welcome, Lori Girl. Thank you, Lori Girl, for being a member for 2 months. And thank every single former and new member for helping me break those chains. The membership is named after that dragon. Drogon's fire. Okay. So these are the cover-ups, all right? Those were the lies, those were the absolute lies. These are the cover-ups. I believe she's covering up lack of prenatal care or failure to follow her doctor's orders. And she's covering up the fact that she did not get prenatal care. She didn't take her prenatal vitamins. And now all of a sudden today, she's all about the prenatal vitamins. Wait a minute, you're postpartum. Why are you just now starting to take your prenatal vitamins? What the fuck? What? Oh, my hair's growing, my nails are growing because of all this prenatal vitamins. What? It's postnatal. Yes, you could take prenatal vitamins postnatally, but the whole point is so you don't end up in an emergency C-section with you and your baby on death's door with anemia and preeclampsia. Okay? Emma Swan, thank you for being a member for 5 months. So then Ivy, trying to be defensive about the prenatal care, she did get prenatal care. And that shows me that she didn't get prenatal care because they're so defensive about whether she got prenatal care. Yeah, that's what Ivy said. Prenatal care was what sent you to the hospital the day you went in. Your BP was high at your acute OB appointment, and your OB sent you in. Either be observed or be induced. Make it make sense, please. No, well, more likely. So that's when then Brittney completely changed the explanation after this. Brittney agreed with this explanation, but then she disagreed with that explanation by saying that, no, she was at home and then she called and the doctor said she would meet her there. So again, she is covering up the real way. So I don't believe that she actually went into spontaneous labor. I don't think she went into spontaneous labor. I think she went in and presented with severe anemia. She went in somewhere, either by ambulance after a collapse or after her first appointment or second appointment, which is not prenatal care. Okay. So she went in and she presented with severe anemia and a high blood pressure. And they were like, first of all, you have to go to the hospital now. Now, this is severe. Second of all, we have to infuse you with blood. And it takes time to infuse blood. That's not just going to, so I believe what happened was she was sent to the hospital immediately or transported there by ambulance, right? I don't think it was scheduled. I think she responded to some sort of physical something, or she had her first OB appointment and they said go in immediately, right? So then now I don't know if they can induce you and then give you blood infusions. All right. Oh, you're okay. Now I let you in here for a while, but now you're not being. How about if you open your eyes and ears? I mean, what's that going to solve? You're being rude. Make good points. Actually make good points rather than calling people names. Like, make an actual point. What do we have to open our eyes to? My eyes are wide open. Are you assuming that I didn't see something? What is it that I'm not seeing? Help me understand. Change my perspective. Go for it. It's okay. I won't be dead if I'm wrong about something. My financial income doesn't depend on whether you believe me or not. It could be any one of those people. It could be any one of like 5 people who just literally hate me no matter what I say. So anyway, let me block that. I forgot to block them before I highlighted them. Here. All right, here we go. Bye. See ya. Okay. So I'd like to know how to lose 100 pounds in a few days too, Cheryl Lutz. Jesus. And it's not by having a baby in water weight. I'm sorry. It's just not, it doesn't add up. So she has to say all these other things, right? So now, since she came back from the hospital, she has said the following things, but I also highlight here, right here. At one point in a stream, she was saying, oh, I'm so iron deficient. Oh, I'm so anemic. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so iron deficient. And Reality said something about prenatal vitamins. Did you take prenatal vitamins? And she didn't answer it. She pretended that she just didn't answer it. She just pretended that question was never answered. Why? Why not answer that question? Because you're covering it up. Hello, BJ's abundance of evidence. So, but she wants to play up her sickness while us not noticing that if she was that sick, so was her baby. Okay. So she says, I'm still iron deficient. She had an appointment with a gyno to look at her decision. The blood pressure is good. See, so the preeclampsia works itself right out when you have the baby. I know this from experience. You are given magnesium sulfate so you don't go into seizures immediately after birth. And then pretty much immediately, the blood pressure thing resolves itself. But not when you're anemic. That doesn't resolve itself. Not when you're severely anemic, okay? when you're not sending oxygen to your blood or the baby's blood. Okay, that is right. Preeclampsia it basically leads to organ failure, starting with your kidneys, right? So she says her blood pressure is good, but her iron's still low. She got to play that. She's still sick. She's still sick and weak, y'all. You can't expect a anemic, iron deficient person to show up for court. No. Instead of going live, I can go live as iron deficient, but I can't go to Zoom court iron deficient. No. Right? So she's supposed to get a iron infusion. She's still taking blood pressure medication, but it's getting better now. In fact, her blood pressure was low. I think that's more like, virtue signaling, like, oh, see, because I lost so much weight. Usually high blood pressure is associated with heavier people. Oh, but look, I lost weight, so my blood pressure is low. Well, yeah, when you're anemic, your blood pressure is low, unless you're pregnant and you have preeclampsia. But then after you have the baby, you're not going to have the high blood pressure anymore, but you're still anemic. You're going to have low blood pressure because of that, right? All right. So now she's taking her prenatal vitamins and her hair is growing, and she's still taking folic acid, and she had a liquid diet on accident, and she got 6 bags of blood. We already went through that. So she's also covering up a severe addiction to something. Whatever it is, it makes her act like an addict. Whatever it is, it makes her act and nod off like an addict. I don't know what it is. Okay. The embellishments are the 6 blood transfusions, and how there's another embellishment, but I'll get back to that. So let me read this research I pulled up, okay? Because I had some questions before I came to my conclusion that there's, I was trying to figure out, am I being silly by thinking the baby is not home? Where could the baby be, right? I don't want to believe that there's any CPS involvement. I don't know about that, and I'm not going to ask about it, right? But what specifically could lead a baby not to come home? And it's generally not when the mother is preeclamptic. It generally is when there are other complications that transfer into the baby, right? The baby may need some help after a preeclamptic birth, but not as much as when they're anemic and possibly jaundiced. So let me just read this to you. So this is where I said, there's no 6 transfusions are not the same as 6 bags of blood. That's my research on that. So I asked, what would happen if a woman with severe anemia went into labor, showed up to the hospital, or enters labor somehow, okay? And it says, a woman who enters labor with dangerously low hemoglobin levels due to iron deficiency may not be able to tolerate even an average amount of blood loss without needing an immediate transfusion. So they know they're going to have to do a C-section probably because of the way that the baby is laying, okay? And it was not premature. You're right, you're right, that Michelle. It was not premature. Neonatal anemia. Because the baby didn't receive enough iron in the womb to build its own blood reserves, the baby will often be anemic. Long-term iron deficiency in early infancy can impact brain development and is sometimes linked to cognitive, social, or motor delays. All right. So I asked, would the baby be in the NICU in that case? And it says it's very high probability that the baby would be in the NICU. Studies have shown that up to 90% of newborns born to mothers with severe anemia require intensive care. The NICU team may need to provide several treatments immediately after birth, such as blood transfusions, oxygen therapy, and jaundice treatment. Okay. And who knows how long that will take. But when Brittney shows up looking like this, sorry, and she's severely anemic, how do you think that baby is feeling and looking? Is she ready to come home at this point? So this is what I believe is the most likely scenario. Okay. Which part? Oh, I know that picture is jarring. That was yesterday. And this is today. And she says, oh, it was the light and I'm good. Everything's good. But she sure wanted us to believe that things weren't good yesterday. She wanted us to feel bad for her. And some people didn't. I don't blame them for doing that. But that's exactly what she wanted, right? So the most likely scenario, in my view, is that she had the baby at 39 weeks. And, you know, we know she had the baby at 39 weeks. Now, that means, yes, she was full term, okay? But when you are preeclamptic and anemic, that might be too long, okay? I had both of my babies at 38 weeks because if they waited any longer, the baby was in danger because I was preeclamptic, okay? So, but I had prenatal care all throughout my entire pregnancy, great prenatal care. So she waited too long to get that prenatal care. And I believe it sent her, I do believe it was an emergency, but I believe they had to wait to give her a transfusion until they went into the operating room, right? They had to wait for that transfusion until before they got her in the operating room, and the baby was in critical condition that whole time. Okay. So I personally don't believe she went into spontaneous labor. I think they induced it after they saw her physical condition. All right. So she may have been transported by ambulance. I'm not sure. But they knew they were going to have to operate, but they couldn't until she had enough good blood to survive the surgery. So the situation was so severe that they induced labor and kept her sedated and numb with an epidural until the blood transfusions had taken, right? And it was safe for both her and the baby to operate. The baby was still sick, right? That's my belief. Of course, the baby is still going to be sick because she's still sick. She's still needing infusions. She just talked about it. So that's my belief. And I know that probably just confirms what a lot of you were thinking, but I wanted to walk through all of the reasoning for it. Okay. So, with all of that said, is there anybody, actually, I'm going to share the link right now. If there's anybody that wants to come up and dispute any of this or add to any of it, you're more than welcome to come up. More than welcome to come up. And in the meantime, I'm going to pull up this clip reel I presented or created, which is Brittney's incredible, miraculous, mortality defining transformation from a kitty cat to King Kong, okay, in 9 short days after she gave birth. So all right, you ready for this? Watch the transformation. This goes from the very first stream she did when she came back to up until not last night, but the night before, the day before, or whenever her last stream was after. I didn't capture today's stream. Let's just put it that way. All right.
I have members only because I just don't want to fight with nobody. If please just, I don't got it in me. I have a newfound respect and love for every woman, even if I don't like you. If you have been through it, I respect you. And it's time to do something different, y'all. This, I don't want to come on here and fight with people every day. And, I just don't want to do it. Why? For what?
For what? Remember she said that. For what? Why? Why? For what? So this is the kitty cat. Yes, the peace guru. Exactly.
Yes, I agree. It's not worth it. No, it's not. It's just not. Like I said, I'm not saying that I'm not ever going to come on here and be like, vent my frustrations or call something out that makes me mad.
She has to leave that door open. Sorry, you guys. I choked on something I swallowed. I was taking a drink and I swallowed it the wrong way, so my voice sounds funny right now. Sorry. Hold on.
Or call something out that makes me.
So of course she's going to leave herself that out to come on here and and do drama, right? And respond to people. But I'm going to show you as much as I can remember to do it while I'm also doing 50 other things. I'm going to try to show you how she goes from I'm just not going to talk about anybody, and then she gets offended by something and she thinks, okay, I need to according to her, I need to stick up for myself. So I'm going to respond no matter what, right? I got to stick up for myself. But then she takes it further. And, she knows by now. I forgot about this video. I wanted to show you guys real quick. She knows by now that if she pokes people on the internet, she's going to get a response. She knows this, right? But it works for her. But if she expects to come on here and poke and not get a response from the internet, she looks as stupid as this guy who was poking at Mike Tyson on a plane.
Before.
Just watch it. So he's poking him. He was poking Mike Tyson on a plane behind him, and then they end up in a brawl. Look at this. Where Mike Tyson turns around and just starts smacking him. That's what the internet will do to you. And now you want to blame it on all the other people, but you know that's the response of the internet. Yeah, fuck around, find out, right? All right, so let's go back to our other clip reel here.
Be mad. I mean, I'm human, but this constant, back and forth, and I'm over it.
I'm over it. Really? Are you really over it? Okay. All right. He could have hit way harder. The internet will always win, unfortunately. And it's not, look, I'm not saying it's fair that the internet does this. I'm not saying it's fair, but at a certain point, you have to realize if I do this, I will probably get this reaction, right? But what she wants to do is say that she got this reaction. It's a terrible reaction. And now she gets to go real life because of it by suing people, even though they didn't do that thing that she claims they did, right? All right, so let's keep going.
It's just too much. Like, can we pray for peace?
You know, that people will just let us be.
See, that's the thing. She wants to pray for peace. She's like, pray for peace, that these people will give us peace, that they will leave us alone. So she doesn't believe that she has any role in this peace that she's supposed to have. She doesn't have to find the peace within herself before demanding that everybody else give her peace. It's not our responsibility to give us peace or give you peace. You find that own peace, your own peace.
Let me, if you don't like me and Craig, that's okay. If you want to think that we're pieces of shit that don't amount to nothing, that are, horrible people that walk this planet, that's okay. I can live with that. I don't dictate my life based off of what other people value me as. I'm not.
But what you do value is when people believe your lies and your cons, and you get mad when people are not believing it and you're getting called out. That's what you get mad about. That's what you're crying about, right?
I'm going to do anything to prove anything to anybody anymore. You will get nothing from me.
That's the funniest thing. She keeps saying this over and over and over and over. She's obsessed with what the internet thinks of her so that she can get that bag, so she can keep getting that bag. Right?
I laugh at y'all. They don't need to say, oh, they're not getting nothing, Buckeye Trisha. Not a dang thing. Yeah, I mean, I would never lie about a baby. I would never let y'all hear her because.
Okay, we're going to hold you to that. We're going to hold you to that. I will never let you hear her. Listen to this. She is adamant. She's insistent. She is committed. She is a protective parent.
The fucking shit y'all do. Why would I? You'll never hear my baby cry. And I don't let you hear my boys either. Y'all don't hear any of my kids. And you're not going to. How does your husband not know about your delivery? I just fucking told you he wasn't in the OR. Nobody was allowed in there. It was the emergency.
Okay. So we're now literally on her second stream that is still public since she had the baby. Okay. So the first stream is, I have it in me. Then she did 2 streams where she was fucking asleep the most of the time, so she had to delete them, right? So we don't have access. But she did 2 nights worth of streams or 2 days worth of streams where she's like, at least she's not lying. I'm sorry, not snoring as much now. Okay. Yes, she lied about the baby and the birth of the baby. She's lying about the baby's health. In my opinion, she's fully lying about the baby's health and where it is right now. She says the baby's home. I don't believe the baby's home. So, yeah, you can't lock me. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is that, like, I have to ask those subs, what is crossing the line for you when it comes to your favorite channel, your channel host, Crama person? What is too far for you? Because, like, most people have hit that wall. Most people have crossed that chasm, have gone into the abyss and said, nope, that's too far. But what is too far? What would be too far? Because at this point, the people that are still there don't believe anything's too far, such as not showing up for court and going live instead and blaming it on the baby. I had an emergency C-section. Fuck you. Lynn, if it wasn't preeclampsia, I think it's because she didn't get ROGAM. I really do, which shall probably freak out and address. I don't know. I just think that it's clear that she was severely anemic, and severely anemic people women who present as severely anemic and preeclamptic for childbirth, that's a critical situation. Okay, so for Sandwich, it was the registry robe, or clearly for Angela, it was for sure.
C-section.
So many things.
God.
We've got the the boys, and we've got
No, they had to give her blood transfusion.
It's,
Nobody else allowed in there. Duh. Mr.
I mean,
Brady said
seriously.
that.
Brittany and Brittany. Stop with the baby voice, Lyra. It's a weird looking self. And it's been 2 hours.
So that's a good idea, Brittany. So I just want peace. I just want peace. But you're a Lyra. You're a Lyra. So look, it may be true that Laura's a liar. But do you think that actually inspires peace? Is that you participating in peace? No. When you do that, you do not want peace. You don't want peace. Now, am I saying that the things that Laura says to you are fair? No, I am not. But you know that calling her names is going to cause that response, and you still do it. You still do it. And reality knows, you both know that when you respond to trolls in the chat, you inspire them to come back again. Because without that response, they won't want to come back. But you still respond. Every fucking troll that comes in the chat, kick rocks, don't come in here, asshole. It's ridiculous. Stop lying to your audience. Just say you love the drama, and that's all you want to do. And get some maternity leave from Craig, who's supposedly has all kinds of money in the bank to support you. You said today you have to go live. You have to go live. It's my job. You know what? Do you not think that most of us women had jobs when we gave birth that we had to go back to? I don't know of any job except content creation where you actually really do need to come back and go live to keep the momentum going. I get that. But then why would Craig sit there and brag about all his money? Why not? Why doesn't he, bridge you for a bit? That's ridiculous. Or right, get a fucking job. But don't put your burden on us. Don't put the burden on us to want to pay attention to somebody who doesn't want to pay attention to us. You just want us to pay attention to your martyrdom. Oh, that is how dare you say, I'm going to block you. You're banned. BHB and Real. Oh my God. Whoever suggested that first, you are banned, even if you just gifted me 50 membership. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. All right, let's keep going.
And she's a fucking sleep.
Well, kick rocks.
And don't worry about her. She's fine.
Pinky.
Maybe you should go fuck off and mind your own business.
There you
about
go.
That?
Tell them.
Literally.
Don't come in here, Blue, and start talking about.
Now, listen to reality there. Tell him, get him, Britt, get him. And that's what she's been doing. Get him, tell him. But wait a minute, just a couple nights ago, she was like, I'm over it. Yeah. So you two need to get on the same page. And if you don't think that that's not enabling her, I don't know what especially when she's saying she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She's just over it. And then you come back and you're like, tell him, bitch, tell him. And then she's playing your Kick Rocks video. So you think that will not elicit some sort of response from whoever you're pointing that at? I know. Yeah, good point. I noticed you guys saying a fucking sleep. My baby is a fucking sleep. Oh, that's nice. I just can't picture myself as a mom of a new baby going, she's fucking asleep. Jesus.
The court, kick rocks, asshole.
Oh my God, don't start that crap. I'm so tired of that.
Oh, do you guys?
Tell them.
Here we go. This is going to be Granny and her ilk for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
You better be there. You're going to go to jail.
Well, they did. They want to do their screening. Well, they did, and they did a biopsy, and they injured me. So no, you're not touching me again. Don't even recommend it to me anymore. And I'm not screaming. You can go kick rocks, me, myself, and I. Fuck off.
I'm not screaming. I'm not screaming. Did you guys know? I'm not screaming. Sorry, guys. Sorry if that was my voice. Like I said, read the banner at the bottom. The host may slip in out of parody mode. Without warning, be on your toes. I'm sorry. But I mean, come on. That's when it's like your brain is not connected to your mouth, or your ears are not connected to your mouth when you are screaming. I'm not screaming.
So no, you're not touching me again. Don't even recommend it to me anymore. And I'm not.
Don't make me want thing anymore, and I can't sing it.
Screaming. You can go kick rocks, me, myself, and I. Fuck off. Kick rocks. Bye. Tramadol, go fuck yourself too. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Somebody's name is Tramadol?
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Who's screaming?
Nobody's screaming. They're just over here trying to cause shit like they always do because they don't like that we're having a good time. Fuck off. Yeah, Jay, I am going to tell them I'm tired of this shit. We're here just having a nice conversation. So what? You don't like it? There's the fucking door. Don't let.
So what? I want peace, y'all. Fuck off, kick rocks. But I want peace. Fuck off.
Let it hit you in the ass. Kick rocks.
Don't let it hit you with a good Lord.
Does she not realize that kicking rocks could injure a person? That's a threat. Oh my God. Oh my God, reality. You're just sitting here threatening people, threat after threat after threat. Every day you threaten people. Because if you tell them to kick rocks, knowing that will be harmful to them, you know it. That's terrible. How dare you?
Split you. You over there talking about, I knew it. Maintenance medication. That bitch ain't gonna feel nothing.
Okay, so you think that mocking a person's voice, that's not going to elicit some sort of response? There's no cause and effect. You're not involved. You didn't just do this. Just in case people don't understand this, okay? When you come on the internet and you make money on your channel, if you say something about somebody else that is negative or disparaging, that person has the right to respond to that. And that's what creates the back and forth. No, she doesn't, Solo. Not that I know of. They say she doesn't pay her. I don't know of a lot of mods that get paid. I think mods for really, really big channels where they do a lot of work get paid, and it's part of a company or something like that. But anyway, yeah, if she deletes a live, it never happened.
You just told on yourself. Girl, you tell on yourself every damn day.
Ever. So she's in the middle of her 9-day transformation from kitty cat to King Kong, and she has transitioned into urban talk. Every day.
Every day. That bitch ain't gonna feel nothing. You just told on yourself. Girl, you tell on yourself every damn day. Every day. What kind of crack are you over there smoking?
Oh, okay. So you think by accusing somebody of smoking crack that that's just going to fly out there in the ether and they don't get to respond to that? No. The person you're accusing of being on crack, they have every right to respond. Now, if they go over the top and respond to you and say something even more cruel or more disparaging or more defamatory, well, that's on them. That's on them. And then now they've inspired response from you. But that's not what you do, Brittney. Even when you're not being talked about, you come on and say shit like this. You do this. You have a momentarily feeling of, peace and sanguinity, and that you don't want to cause any issues. But the moment you don't have a topic, it's on drama and it's going after people. It's not just drama in the general true crime sense or Crama sense. It's you create drama between yourself and other people in order, and then turn yourself into a victim to get money off of that. So when you're doing that on the internet, people have equal right to be responding. It's what you do when you're responding that you are held responsible for. Okay?
And don't hey, I'm not going to sit here and gaslight like the rest of these mofos talking about, oh, she's high as a kite. No, bitch, you high as a kite. You're high as a fucking kite. You are. And I ain't never heard weed make somebody talk like that. Nope. Sorry.
Then BJ, the people who were smoking weed around you had crappy weed. Now, I hear Queen talking about these blunts that she's opening up. They are like, 45 THC or something like that. Girl, I'd like to see you try a 45 percent THC joint. Okay? And talk normally. And tell me who admits that she smokes weed. That would be Queen. Okay? But you get on here talking like that and then deny that you're doing anything. You talk worse than Queen. When Queen's all high and she's like, hey, 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 and she's high and she's going, oh my God, this is so fucking fun. You come on here and you're like, you come on here pretending to do true crime, reading comments and being like, in court today, yeah, and then the rapper's crinkling. Exactly. The rapper's crinkling. What's that? What's up with that?
Ain't falling for it. Let me tell you something. They want me to go on camera, show my hospital bracelet. Fuck off.
You can push up on the top of their mouth.
To the idiot saying that I wasn't.
So in the same stream where she's like, I'm not giving you anything. I'm not going to show you my bracelets. Fuck off. You want to see my bracelets? Fuck off. And then like literally something like 15 minutes later, here she is.
In the hospital, look, I still got my armband on.
See?
I'm not doing shit. And you're not going to see my baby either. I don't care. I laugh at y'all. Y'all are funny as fuck. Boy, the people on y'all are.
I agree with that. If she smoked weed, she'd be so much more tolerable. I completely agree with that. I think reality needs some fucking weed for sure. They need to actually try weed, try really good quality, currently sold weed in the United States because it's very high quality. All right. And then try to talk normal.
Are some pitiful lack of content, no good for nothing, lazy. Y'all are lazy. When your content is me, you are lazy.
Brittney, when your content is pulling up other people's videos and then fucking snoring over them, you are you are lazy maxing. You are maxing out. You are the example of laziness. You're the epitome. You fucking go to sleep over other people's content. In fact, I've made a list of all the people's content, or as many as I can remember, that you have slept over. It's quite a list. It's a long list. I've made a list of true crime cases you have slept over. Fuck you. That's like lazy cubed. I don't think I've seen a lazier person than you. And I swear to fucking God, I mean that. I don't think I have seen a lazier person than you, who literally don't do anything to prepare your live. You do nothing. You come on and you take 15 minutes to unblock somebody that you blocked or block somebody that you didn't block. And then you fucking talk drama, and then you pull up a true crime case and sleep over it. Or you pull up one of your friends' content who drags somebody you don't like, and you sleep over that as well. You are the laziest fucking person I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen sloths that have more energy than you. Actual sloths. Look it up, sloth, okay? You are very welcome, Stacy. Thank you very, very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Let's keep going.
You are so lazy. You need some help. Oh, I'm gonna troll the hell out of them, snack pack. I'm laughing at they ass.
Well on her way to King Kong in 9 days. So she was to this.
I'm laughing at y'all. Y'all stupid.
How can you sit there and get so mad like that?
She showed her bracelet because people, the reason I was showing that, Heatherlicious, is because in the same stream, she said, you want to see my bracelets? Fuck off. And then she shows her bracelets like 15 minutes later. Okay. That's why I was showing that. That's how ridiculous she is. So she also said, I'm not going to show you my baby belly. She showed us her baby belly. She's like, I'm not going to go on camera. She goes on camera. And then she's like, you're not going to hear my kids. She falls asleep. We hear her kids, but we don't hear a baby. We hear the kids, but we don't hear the baby. Okay. What she wants to be and how she describes herself is like 180 degrees different from what she actually is and what she actually does. Yep, she did show her belly. She said she wasn't going to do it, and then she did.
Don't work. It's kind of scary, to be honest.
You don't even know personally. You don't even know them. You've never met them, and you're getting that unhinged.
Psycho.
You need to go see somebody. You need to go seek some help.
Yeah, for real, because you're losing all
reality,
self-control.
Yeah, you're losing reality. That's for sure.
Bro, if you're going to accuse anybody of doing any kind of dirty work, you need to show receipts for that. Why are you worried about where my baby's at? Worry about yourself. This is look, you've been live for over 2 hours. Where's the baby, you lying grifter? What do you think? I'm just going to go get my baby and show you? Who did I go real life on? That's bullshit. That side. Yeah, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck what Angela does. I don't believe in going real life, period. You're not going to see me doing real life on anybody. Believe I didn't have a baby. I don't care. I have nothing to prove to any of you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm tripping on these people, Moon. They're freaking wanting to know where my baby's at. Be right. But guess what? You're not going to hear a peep from that baby because I'm not going to let y'all. Do you not understand that I'm completely in control of the audio?
Then why did we hear your kids the other night? Clearly, you are not in complete control because we heard your kids. We've heard your kids. Okay? And that means that you are a fucking negligent, not protective mother, even though you're about to say how protective you are.
I know what you people will do. You are not going to hear my baby. Do you think I'm stupid? So my baby can cry and then y'all can turn around and be like, she's neglecting her. Let's do something. Let's go. Y'all, that baby's not taken care of. You hear the crying. Look, she's neglecting her. Fuck you. You're stupid. Of course it's not normal not to hear a baby cry when the baby's in the house. But it's perfectly normal when I'm not going to let you hear her cry, and I'm not going to be in the area of the house that she's in where you can hear her cry. It's called protecting my child.
See how sanctimonious? If you weren't here when I did this stream about the many voices of Brittney J, that's the sanctimonious I'm better than you voice. Protecting my child. But it's all false because she doesn't, because she falls asleep not protecting her children. We hear them all the fucking time.
You're not going to hear Neil and Christian either. Are y'all going to say they're not here too? Why would I let people hear what my kids are saying?
I don't know. You tell us because you do it all the time. And then when they say something that you don't want them to say, you lie to them about it. Gaslighter.
Or you hear my baby crying in the background when you know these people are going to take that sound and twist it into something that it's not.
Do all that. Not only that, but right after Reagan did that, DJ gave her a fucking wrench.
Yep, sure the fuck did.
Just like
Small town girl, swallow your spit, mush mouth. Oh my God. I cannot. Put a one in chat if this one.
There's Brittney. There's Brittney, not not engaging, total peace. Emergency C-section, so sick. Can barely, lift her head up. No color, nothing. So sick. That's her. But we have to be nice, right? We have to protect her. We have to listen to some idiot go up on Queen's channel last night and be like, can't you just give her a break? No, she has to give herself a break. And also, she has to keep her fucking grubby mitts off of true crime as if it's her safe space. We're not her mommy. If she can't do that for herself, we're not going to do it for her. Nobody can do it for her. In fact, I thought it was very interesting because Justin Clutch Those Pearls was in the chat while all this was being discussed. And he said, that's why people leave Queen. She complains. He's not talking about Queen. He's talking about Brittney here. He was addressing Queen. That's why people leave Queen. She complains, won't listen. She thinks her way is better. Ugh. So you haven't changed. Pre-pregnancy, pre-Rico, during pregnancy, postpartum. In fact, in postpartum, you've gotten worse because not only does it appear that your child is still sick, I would bet that child is still in the NICU or just out of it, right? But then knowing that CPS is watching you, you go live when you're due in court. And then you go live that night and fall asleep on live. And you expect that that's not going to be addressed, Brittney, by whoever's watching you? Or you expect that that's going to look good? that says, oh, no, this person isn't addicted to anything whatsoever. No, people see that and they leave in droves unless they are emotionally or financially tied to you some way. You thought she lived in a trailer.
Woman bothers you. You got so much to say. And girl, shut up. Who are you? Like, these people are entitled. They think that this information is owed to them. My birthing story. That didn't bring my pregnancy to this platform. I didn't want y'all to know any of that. Yeah.
We only know what you show us, Brittney. We only know what you show us. And you brought all of this. So it's not that you want to live in this imaginary bubble where you get to speak, but you don't get to hear any of the criticism, that any public criticism that results from your speech on here should get filtered out, and that we owe that filtering to you. Not that you can't filter it yourself. You can't be bothered to filter it yourself. You're so reactive that you have to respond to everything and defend everything, right? No. And when you don't want that anymore, then you turn that into your victimhood, and then you have idiots go up and say, you are supposed to be the ones who filter everything out for Brittney. No, that's not our job. And it's honestly a chain that needs to be broken around your head. If you think that a woman who chooses to come on the internet every single night and poke at people gets that sort of consideration or protection. No.
I did share my birthing story. That doesn't give you, like, this is how fucked up her mind is and their minds are. Just because I shared my birthing story doesn't give you the right, small town, to question where my kid is or to demand to see proof that my kid is in my home. You're not right in the mind.
I totally agree with what you're saying there, infamous truth teller. I completely agree. It's demonstrable. That's why she had to be in the hospital for 5 days. That's why her baby is probably still there. Yep.
Chick. Oh my, small town. Shut up. Seriously. Like, these people are entitled. They think that this information is owed to them. Boston says, so from now on, shall we question where their children are? You never hear their kids. Exactly. My kid is at home, you idiot. And yes, they do care about 2 ounces. Originally, my baby is not in the NICU. The truth, your baby is 100% in the NICU. I will bet you $100 that I'm right.
No, she wasn't. Oh,
why are you so worried about my child?
Oh my goodness.
Now look, this one right here. Listen to this shit. Originally, I have no rodents in my house. Tonight, son comes in, said he felt something across his foot. The truth is, you nasty bitch, your poor kids probably are being bitten by mice.
What?
Oh, there's so much more, but I'm off the bed.
Lyra, you can F off. Absolutely.
There's reality, not screaming, not poking. Nope. Yeah, I noticed she went back to Hilarious. At first, I thought they were just saying, oh, I love you. But no, Boston's back in her corner.
I said it for you, Chloe Joe.
You fucking need
nasty
psychological help. My kids are being bitten by rats. Are you fucking, oh my God.
Yeah, kick rocks.
And she'll cry later on. about how everybody's coming after her and targeting her, and she's done nothing.
Look what she's
wrong.
doing.
Yeah.
What do you expect in return? We're just gonna sit back and not say anything?
Look what she's doing. You don't think we're gonna say anything?
Exactly, Rhonda. It's not fair that you can't share things with your subscribers and the others twist it. Everything I tell y'all, they twist into something negative.
Right.
Right.
You heard my son last night, and you're going to fucking sit here and say,
Oh, so you just admitted that we do hear your son. We do hear your kids. You're not going to hear my kids. You're not going to hear my kids. You heard my son last night. Why? Why did we hear your son? Because you were asleep.
my kid's being nibbled on by rats. You stupid bitch.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Lie. So, yep, there you have it. There's BJ going from kitty cat to King Kong in 9 short days after birth. All while most likely her child is in the hospital. Most likely, or not with her. So, I want to thank you all for being here, for bringing such wonderful commentary into my chat. I'm sorry if I missed anything super important. Flag me if I did, but no, you don't. No, you won't. You won't what? I'm missing, I can't remember. One thought to the next. No, we don't what? Anyway, so tomorrow I'm going to be going live with my continued book reading of Jill Duggar's book. But also, it takes a long time to put these presentations together, and it takes time that, like sometimes while I'm putting these presentations together, I'm like, gosh, I miss going live and talking to my peeps, right? So I do plan to do more just discussional, like let's have a discussion about a topic type streams. And I'd love to have people join me on the streams, to have conversations, not about other people, but about topics, and have good conversation, or just any kind. But I want to do more pop-up, like I'd like to try to go live twice a week. I'm going to try to do that. Thank you so much. I'm getting a lot of thanks in the chat. If I think somebody sent me a Cash App midstream, so to the person who did that, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh, I see who it is, but I don't want to say your name. Thank you for the super chat. Here's one more run of my pay links in case you would like to donate as well. But also be looking for more lives from me, just for us to have like conversation rather than me kind of talking at you. All right. So have a fantastic rest of your day. A lot of people have been saying that. They're like, I wish it would go live more often. And I kind of wish I did too. But these things take a lot of time to put together. So I want to try to, weave in another stream in the middle while I'm preparing one of these types of streams. Does that make sense? Just for us to have more of a conversation. So anyway, I really appreciate, again, you all being here, and for your continuing contributions to breaking those chains. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I hope it's beautiful where you are. It's beautiful where I am. I know it's supposed to be storming other places. Just stay safe, travel safely, and all of that good stuff. All right. See you all later. Bye.
Recording.